Alright, here we are for another episode of Trace Bros Tacos. Tonight we are going to be in for a treat. We're making what I call, and what I have coined as candied salmon. You may have had some variations on this in your life, but this is the creme de la creme. Alright, I've got two 1 pound slices or fillets of Alaskan king salmon tonight. I've got a bottle of Yoshida's original gourmet sweet teriyaki sauce. Folks, there's no substitution for this. If they'd pay me to do this, I'd do it a little more often. But here we are. This is my favorite as far as doing this candied salmon. So, real simple process. We're going to marinate the salmon right now. I'm going to light up the barbecue, and then I'll bring you to the barbecue in a little bit to finish this up. It's amazing. So, real simple. Look at this beautiful fillet of salmon. I mean, you don't get much better than that unless it's straight out of the ocean. I grew up in Alaska. I know a good fish. This is a good fish. Unfortunately, I'm landlocked, so this fish is a day or two old, but it is fresh and never has been frozen. So we're going to place both of these salmon fillets in my container, my handy dandy little container here. And first I'm going to go ahead and place one. Break the seal on the marinade. And I'm going to go ahead and drizzle a little bit of this sauce right over the top of the first one. Now I've got that covered. Not completely covered. I've basted the top of it. Now I'm going to go ahead and overlap these and drizzle over the top of this one. And you do want every piece to be covered. Now here's the thing, it doesn't need to be swimming in sauce. This is good. In about 15 minutes we're going to go ahead and put on a glove. We'll flip this all over, get it all saturated upside down, face down, and leave it to marinate. Guys, the longer you marinate it, the better it's going to be. Simplification, if you're in a hurry, you only have 45 minutes before the grill's ready. That's enough time. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put a lid on this. It is going in the refrigerator, and in about 15 minutes I'll flip it around, I'll get everything nice and saucy. We're going to marinate for about 45 minutes tonight. I'll see you at the barbecue. Okay, welcome back. So we are here at the grill. We're going to show you a little bit of this salmon. This salmon has been marinating for 45 minutes, a little bit longer maybe, somewhere in there. It's not going to hurt it to be longer, guys. The longer, the tastier. So the big thing is here with grilling salmon, I've got my charcoal on half of this grill only. As you can see, it's a huge grill. I can cook many full racks of ribs here, but this is a big grill, so I've got this portion set up with charcoal, and I'm gonna overlay this salmon skin side down about halfway over the top of the charcoal, and then I'm gonna throw this other one over there. Now the really neat thing here is, with the barbecue and salmon, as long as you have the skin on, you don't have to put it face down first. In fact, you could wreck it really fast by doing that. So what I recommend is putting skin side down, leave it just like that, and then we're going to actually drop the cover on it here in a little bit. I'm going to leave it open for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe. And then we're going to come back and see how it's looking. So if you can see a really good shot of this salmon right now, you can see the marinade in there. It's nice and dark. But you can also see that the fish is a little bit translucent. And as the cooking process goes, you're going to see the fish get more and more solid color. And we're going to come back in about 10 minutes and see how it's doing. Okay, actually we're back a little bit early. I'm 5 minutes in here. I'm going to go ahead and close this grill. You can see how the salmon's already changing color on the ends. The key here is to cook it evenly all the way through. So I've got it open about, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch on both sides of the grill. The important thing here is that we let it cook evenly. And we'll be back in just a few minutes to go ahead and finish it off, and I'll show you about where we're at. Thank you. Okay, here we are back again. Now this salmon has been on here for about 15 minutes, and at this point you see it's a little bit soft up top still, and that's right where we want it at this point. We're going to go ahead and break out the secret ingredient for candied salmon, which is brown sugar. Now this brown sugar we're going to kind of sprinkle. You know what? I'm going to do it without the spoon. It's going to be a little easier. We're going to sprinkle all over the top of this salmon. And this is really, I recommend trying it with quite a bit. It's going to run off as it caramelizes in here. But cover the salmon and then pat it down. Get it on there so that it actually has some presence on the finished product here. And what we're going to do is once we're done doing that, covering it, then we're going to go ahead and put the lid back on and let it caramelize. And this is going to take another 5 to 8 minutes while the salmon finishes up. I'd say probably closer to the 5 minutes. But let's cover it and see where we're at in a few minutes. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, here we are with one plate of candied salmon by Trace Bros Tacos.